Hi BookTube, I'm here today with my review of Griffin and Sabine, the original trilogy. So this will be Rem Books review number 3. So this is the Griffin and Sabine trilogy, the original trilogy. There are subsequent books after this, but these are the first 3. It consists of Griffin and Sabine, Sabine's Notebook, and The Golden Mean. They're by Nick Bantock, published between the years of 1991 and 1993. And it's, I keep them with graphic novels because they do incorporate a lot of art, and they're also kind of epistolary, magical realism, bit of romance, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to hold up one, and I'm just going to flip through it while I'm talking so you can see some of the art. So it's the story of Griffin, who's a Londoner, and one day he receives he receives a letter from this lady named Sabine, who's from an exotic island in the South Pacific, and she claims that she can see his art through his eyes. Even though they've never met, they have no idea who the other person is. And their story is told through this correspondence where they're both artists, so they both incorporate art onto their postcards and to their letters, so you can actually flip this open and pull the letter out. It's a very brief book series. They're only about 46 pages each, and some of them are just postcards with just a few words written on them on each page. I really like this one. Oh, that one's kind of disturbing. It's really kind of, the art style is really kind of dark, but it's also kind of, you can see the difference between the two characters here. So for example, Sabine tends to draw a lot of animals, and it tends to be, lots of blank space around it, whereas Griffin likes to fill up the whole page, and he does kind of collage work as well. There's some more of, obviously, Sabine's work, and more of Sabine, I believe. There's some Griffin. The format that it's in is quite interesting because it's very real. It feels like you're rooting through someone's mail, and you're kind of dropped into the story because there's no preamble. It's kind of like you just begin with the first letter and you end with the last letter. So some people found the ending unsatisfactory, because it kind of abruptly ends and kind of leaves you wondering what's happening. But it also makes sense in a way because, if two people are, side by side, they're not going to be sending letters to each other, right? So we kind of get the last letter and wonder, if they are side by side or what happens, and I guess that gets picked up in the subsequent books in the series. It did have its drawback in that the relationship felt like it kind of picked up really quickly. Instead of, like, if that happened to me, if someone wrote to me and said, I have this magic psychic link with you, I've been able to see what you're drawing, and see the process that you go through and understand it, and by the way, I'm coming to see you, I'd been like, WTF? Who are you? Like, what's going on? Go away because you scare me. Kind of thing, instead of, oh, let's, kind of start a relationship. But, I guess not everyone feels the same way. I really like that there's a layer of unreliability in it as well, because you do begin to question the mental health of Griffin, and whether he's actually imagining Sabine or whether she's actually real, because he's going through a rough time, and you wonder if maybe he's had a breakdown in his mental health, and has kind of imagined this person to help him cope along. It's kind of interesting that way. I already showed you the art style. I'll show you in the Golden Mean here. It's kind of very dark. Oh, that's the first page. Here we go. We have, you know, it doesn't shy away from doing gross imagery and such like that. I'm just going to show you some stuff. I'm showing you all of Griffin's there, none of Sabine's. Yeah. That one's kind of interesting. It's like a random part of a person, another person. Yeah. This really kind of interesting one there. Yeah, I think the strength really lies in the artwork of these. That's why I picked them up, and it's also why you have to get it in a physical format, because it is kind of interactive with certain pages. Let's see here if I can find one. So you have to actually open it and pull out the letter to read it. So there's that. Yeah, and I think they tend to sell them in box sets as well, so that you can get all the trilogies in one. Yeah, that's it. That's my review of Griffin and Sabine. I highly suggest you look out for them. They're really, really well put together. And thank you for watching.